G1 qualifier number 2.
Oh, it's tough. The competition out here is insane to see, but when you got $50,000 prize pool for our finals follow, I'm not expecting anything less from our heavy-hitting teams. Alliance looking to stay on top. I mean, they got 5th place that last game, but guess what? They were also the only team to secure double-digit KP despite not winning. So they've been on a fragging terror with one of their more dominating games in that last game. I mean, the first game, they won, and they won with 12 KP. While we make our appearance right back on Storm Point, we play on Storm Point for those of you guys just tuning in for these next 2 games for making the swap right back over to World's Edge.
That's right. Back to Storm Point we go. Take a moment to say Yasukiria to Dirty Duke in the chat. We got none other than Ander. Ander's holding it down right now. Late in EU. Said I should go to bed for work tomorrow. I just can't need to watch this. Hey, I respect the grind, my friend. It's going to be worth it. Let me tell you, it's been fun games. And right now it's anyone's tournament. Let us know, where's everyone here from? Any Aussies in the chat? Let us know as well. Again, big thank you to all of our European viewers staying up late with us here to enjoy this action. Certainly fun to watch, and hope you guys are enjoying it at home.
Yes, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the Code Freedom Finals. It's been a great time to be sitting alongside with you guys watching at home as we take a look at where the circle is going to be taking us. On the outskirts of Cenote Caves, close to where Optic Gaming like to rotate. So this is great news for them because they're going to be exiting Mill with a lot of loot in their pockets.
We got Nigeria and Norway in the house. That's awesome. There's a couple people, Wildcat and Pert representing Finland as well. Scandinavia showing up in the house. Netherlands, quite a few Europeans coming through. Much respect. Is this tournament related to ALGS, says Scott? No. This is outside of ALGS. This is an additional kind of one-off tournament by Boom TV, but featuring all the ALGS pro teams, which is awesome, but not related to ALGS. ALGS is on Thursday. You'll see the Pro League broadcast as we take a look at Elevate trying to hunt down Ascend NA versus EU action. And I'm glad it's not ALGS because that means we get to watch EU versus NA. It's not just find NA only. It's great.
Was actually going to say, because now we can see one of our EU squads, Corpa, in some trouble right now, actually just dropping down, trying to get away. Doesn't get away in time, though. It's your favorite cowboy man here, Fallout, dropping down on top of Corpa. They were still rocking the Rampart as they get deleted. It's the 50-50, I believe, from Vex that we constantly see. It's not just World's Edge. They've woken up and they've chosen violence because they want to take these 50-50s here on Storm Point as well.
Yeah, massive showing right there. Corpa is out. That's what BR Demons does. They love those early game fights, and they love to take them. No G2 in the lobby, who also likes those early game fights, so BR Demons get to kind of be the bully of the lobby. Yesterday we saw G2 and BR Demons go head-to-head and kind of keep each other at bay, but right now it's almost like they're a shark in the water. Kudos to them as we take a look at the 100 Thieves getting their rotation here in Command Center. And someone in the chat, Mason Hill, giving you love for pronouncing Cenote the right way, Vicky.
Hey, love it. Love it. Love to see it. I've had to, you know what, it always comes in clutch because sometimes it's me with my Spanish brain, I mispronounce a lot of words in English wrong, but you know, got to make our comeback arc with Cenote Caves. As you can see, some other squads, Team Girl making their rotation into Mill, sharing up that real estate on the other side of Optic Gaming that do drop here. I believe Team Girl does land in down B, so this is a quick rotate for them out of down B, immediately trying to contest Optic Gaming, but I'm not expecting them to engage in a fight, and it would be smart of them not to. And the reason why I think that is because this is a spot that gets third-partied pretty easily. You have to think about the squads rotating out of Checkpoint, squads that exit out of Cenote Caves that are trying to go more north since the circle is pulling towards that vaulted armory that is south of Mill. So this is going to be tricky. I do think that there is usually a beacon to the right of the armory north of Cenote Caves that sometimes a lot of teams like to fight for, and if that's the case, the real estate inside that building is going to be very important.
Here we go again, another BR Demons fight. And Gilderson gets a knock on guard elsewhere on the map. So keep an eye on that in the top right of your feed. But for now, back towards the barometer we go. The home of the BR Demons. They're going to hear a zip. No shot. This guy just actually takes a zip. Are you nuts? 9imps. What you doing, bro?
Oh, man. BR Demons are so scary. I said Vex earlier because they were the ones that were taking these 50-50s, but it was BR Demons that had taken this 50-50 on barometer for the very beginning. BZD get deleted. That has to be a statement because you heard the charge up from the Rampart Sheila, and doing that and pointing it at G Dolphin should be a crime.
Wow. That was insane. You said deleted. That's the only word I could use. Meanwhile, Gilderson took on the entire team here. By himself, it seemed like. Now you know that Sweet and Nathan certainly contributed. over towards the south side of Mill. But that was nuts, what we just saw from BR Demons. They've just deleted 2 teams back to back to back. You blinked and you missed it. So well played. It's not like they're playing, against slouches. They're playing against pro players. They're making it look like it's a bunch of Masters players playing against Bronze. That was insane.
You know what's funny is that there's certain sound cues in this game that resurrect PTSD rank moments for me for Apex, and I have to say the Sheila is definitely one of them. The Death Totem during the Octane Revenant meta is another one sometimes, and the Charged Up Rampage. That's got to be a few that I hear, and I'm just like, all right, you know what? That's all your space. That's for free. I don't even need any sort of payment. That's all for you. So hearing that Sheila charged up, sometimes you got to think about what's coming to you, but. G-Dolphin getting deleted, and that zip play was not the play. As you can see now, they're going to be able to take not only Barometer, but this POI and the Beacon that is in Barometer. Space Station being the only squad that if they wanted to get the information from that Beacon and they opt to not go through Antenna, that's going to be the other squad that they're going to run into. And now looking at these other squads and the real estate that we see them trying to infiltrate, C9 are taking a 50-50 approach because the circle, if they don't have beacon control, could either pull towards their right in this open area because the final circles here on Storm Point sometimes pull a little bit away from where C9 is right now. Tripods are kind of doing a similar approach, but they're stuck between 2 other teams, between Moist and C9, but they are perched up on the high ground so they can overlook some of the action happening there. But they can also get pinged by other squads that are taking up the real estate on the high ground of Mill. So this is that 50-50 spot between Tripods and C9 in this area to determine where this next circle is going to be pulling. Because they have the beacon for this circle, but they won't have the beacon for the next one.
Nick's like, screw that pylon. Gives it a punch. Can't move the pylon like, knock teammate. As the Tripods are going to position themselves on top of this mountain here. We got Girl as well as Optic Gaming over towards Mill. Well positioned. NRG's going to get flanked coming through checkpoint. I'm not sure which team. It's actually TSM on the late rotate from Wall. Wow.
Oh, wow. NRG cutting off their rotation, sending out the Seer ult real quick to see which of these members of TSM are trying to approach him. It's Hal taking to the skies on the gravity lift. Loses out on his shield, but immediately gets the cover. Great awareness of the landscape right there from the back away. Even the spiders are against him. TSM versus the world out here, just trying to get it through this rotate as NRG are actually backing up, which is a good call from them because losing out on Guild there means that they're now playing this as a duo, and they know that there's already 2 squads in Mill. So if they decide to push that, they're giving up free real estate that they already claimed, and they're going to be out in the open where they're going to be vulnerable.
Yeah, TSM able to get that first knock on their rivals in NRG, and you saw some of the trash talk from Sweet on Twitter about TSM, and yeah, TSM must have hurt them because right now TSM sitting in second place and they just took out their rivals for the first knock. It's a good start. Team Girl nearby. Nice beams from Mr. Arthur. I believe Mr. Arthur's an EU. I don't know much about him. I think he's a European player. And playing with Girl and Harold over in the US. Pretty impressive to play cross-region like that. You love to see Arthur being at a top level here in LGS alongside Girl. Harold is an LGS player in North America, so he's been here before. So is Girl technically in the past.
Yeah, I love to see Girl right back into these intense lobbies. But I want to highlight her different approach where she's gotten a lot more aggressive in these type of games than she used to be when she used to stick onto the Caustic. So I really like the adaptation that Girl has brought into coming into these lobbies. Very interesting to see that development. Vex Gaming in a fight, bringing in that fight to, I believe, BR Demons as they took their time to rotate outside of Barometer. Vex Gaming getting whip of this fight, though, to try to claim this side of where that circle is going to be pulling is important because it could be uncontested other than C9 holding onto the armory.
As we're jumping on board here with Tyler FPS. Nice job from Tyler to get a little bit of damage in. We look at the wide left flank. Oh my god, great peppers with the AV8 from Matafe. And just like that, Space Station Gaming, after dominating last game, is going to be out and eliminated. Last member of SSG is going to be Zen, and he's going to be forced to try and survive for now if he can.
Gotta love it here. Gotta also love the fact that Space Station are in some pressure with Vex Gaming on Zen's tails. Are they going to try to fully extend? BR Demons right behind Vex. It's a 1v1v1 between each of these individual squads. It's going to be Vex versus BR Demons versus the one rat of Space Station who probably doesn't want to get involved in this fight. Probably just going to end up rotating around because this is ring 2 that's closing in now. Yeah, you're taking a good amount of that damage, but with the Valkyries being present on all these teams, the Skyward Dive is going to be your get out of jail card, but they want to catch these stragglers first. Is this the rat from Space Station Gaming. As you can see in the feed, E6 actually taking down Girl. That's going to be the second building in Mill, already contested, as BR Demons are still looking to fully send it. Where are you climbing, Vex? Natafi getting knocked in the process. Where is the other members of Vex going, though?
Yeah, Matafe, oh my goodness, Matafe was hunting that last member of SSG, I think, and is just allowing BR Demons to continue what they've been doing all game long, which is dominating Vicky.
It is absolutely huge. BR Demons, though, do lose out on their Valkyrie here at the same time. Trying to take this patiently, because let's not forget, there is that one rat from Space Station, I believe, that's still around. Unless he is able to fully get up to health. Optic Gaming getting involved in that fight over by Mill. Looking to clean up the entirety of Team Girl, and now this is their building. Remember, they were neighboring Team Girl on the other side of Mill this entire game, and they waited for the opportunity to engage. So great patience paying off for Optic Gaming.
Meanwhile, a couple of Stormtroopers here. Still in Storm and fighting, but it's only ring 3, so they don't have to worry too much. When this finishes, though, it's going to hurt, as it looks like Tyler's going to get knocked to the hands of Aim Wizard Express, or Empress, sorry, a.k.a. Aiden the Destroyer, or Vayne, or Reeds. We don't know who's who, but they decided to troll us with the name change today.
Hey, we're used to that. Shout out to Complexity, specifically Monsoon, who does that for every tournament. But it's okay. You can't greet the casters, especially if you're busy getting griefed yourself. Space Station has had a tough game, but the fact that Zed was able to get both his teammates back up in this game is very impressive. But can they stay alive? As you see, one getting dropped here, another fight happening by Alliance. I believe this is what we saw TSM try to rotate to originally, as Hockey takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, so we have Alliance and TSM, number 1 versus number 2 on the leaderboards right now, right north of Mill. I think it's a clean 3v3. Optic might decide the third party. We don't know where NRG is as well. There we go. We get to see all the teams in the distance here. This is an interesting fight between these two. No? Anyone knocked? It might be a clean 3v3 still.
Seer ult just providing so much information. You see Yuki taking a little cheeky angle with the Arc Star. PK in his hands. G7 ready with the 2-time scope. Oh, hello. That's not the gift that Yuki wanted, with the Arc Star landing at his feet. Going to avoid that damage, but with the squad playing right underneath them, you can hear the jetpack from the Valkyrie just trying to take to a high ground, maybe peeking to see where the rest of Alliance is. But they're disengaged from Alliance here is just so that way they can reevaluate the situation before a third party comes in.
Fallout eating an actual pork chop live on broadcast right now, as Verholst is going to drop out the window, flies up to high ground, and here we go. Beams for 140, gets the knock on effect, and that's going to be a 3v2 advantage here for TSM over Alliance. Can he finish the final kill? Yes, he does. TSM on top. This pork chop is delicious.
Are you gonna serve some to TSM? You know what? No, you don't even have to. I mean, Alliance already served themselves up to TSM instead, so I think they're pretty full off of that. TSM getting some KP in their pocket, but it's important to note that Alliance overall is sitting in first place, with TSM sitting in third place. So taking out the #1 team in the overall standings right now is extremely important for TSM to boot their way up to the top, force Alliance to drop underneath. Optic Gaming still coming alive here, still second overall in the leaderboards. So that's something else. TSM, Optic Gaming, still in this lobby.
Impressive. SSG, I can't believe we thought it was it for them. It was Zenial and actual demons in the BR Demons, freaks of nature who do not let you survive, letting Zenial somehow survive. And now SSG is back. They're back to full force here. It looks like they have full health as well. But again, it's going to be pretty difficult to still make this rotation. If they can pull this off, they're insane. As I say that, though, Sayonara dropped last alive, and that will be it for SSG to the hands of Elevate.
Mercy coming out on top. Space Station getting booted out of this lobby after just winning Game 4 on World's Edge versus Optic. So Elevate coming out of that fight. This is why holding this side of the circle is so important, leaving Barometer, which is what I was noting when Vex wanted to take that third party, but then got caught in the chaos of another third party coming in. So start a fight, taking control over that building that I made mention that sometimes the beacon's on top of. This game, it's not there. C9 made the call perfectly to stay inside the armory. Because again, we have seen these final circles before, but it's sometimes tricky to call if you want to get the 50-50 instead to be more comfortable on your rotations.
That's right. Sweet. And NRG back to full after losing one earlier. I think it was Nathan that got taken out by TSM. They're able to get the res. TSM, speaking of which, can be eliminated to the hands of NRG, so they get the last laugh. May have won the 3v3 against Alliance, may have gotten a little bit of KP, but a 10th place finish and 3 kills, well, that's only going to get you, I think, about 5 or 6 points total. That's not going to be great for TSM, but for NRG, who are way behind in the standings, That's huge. Can they make it to late game is the question. We have Cloud9 nearby. We know the tripods are on top of this mountain to their left with NRG right behind them. And then, of course, we do know Elevate and the few other squads, whoever survived the Barometer Massacre is what we'll call it, still alive as well.
Also nice to note that C9 is still rocking the Loba, by the way, so despite them being inside that armory, they weren't denied loot at any cost. They have a turbocharger on the Havoc. You love to see it. Tripods have not moved from this spot. They've been sitting on Pride Rock for basically this entire game. As Outplayed are also over inside of the armory this time around after C9 had made their rotation right out of there. See where they opt to go here after the circle pulls ahead, because you can see that this circle is going to be pulling more towards the outskirts by the lake.
Deeds and the tripods, top high ground, potential god spot here. We'll see where the zone ends up closing into, plus a pylon and Watson fences. Puts them in a really, really good spot here. 100 Thieves, though, the exact opposite. In slight shambles. Here comes the push from start of fight, but Anmu's going to neutralize with a knock. Oh my god, the rampage is ticking for yet another. Just like that, 100 Thieves about to win a 2v3.
Barrow stuff in that rampage. He's got to reload though, so that you don't know if he knew that before he tried to engage right there. He's gonna pop the shield bat. And remember, this is the rampage. Oh, I love the little bait and switch. Now Amu's gonna come in, give him some press fire. Where are you running? Certified get eliminated from this lobby. Gotta love seeing the hip fire shots with that rampage.
And 100 Thieves does it. What a play over SAF. Obviously started a fight. Former Eternal is playing on European kind of high ping, but still impressive nonetheless for 100 Thieves. Meanwhile, C9 gets a knock on E8, actually making a kill on E8, and Tripods wants to enter the fray here as well. Full Evo shields for them. No kills yet, though, from Tripods. And that's kind of been their recipe. They've been getting, 8th to 10th place in every recent competition, which is great progress for them, by surviving, making it to late game, and picking up 2, 3, 4 kills in the end. And this is the same exact recipe for success that they're going for in this game as 100 Thieves finally gets eliminated.
100 Thieves out by OP. And I like how you noted that about Tripods, because that is the pacing of what their goal is with their composition, with Nick Mercs making the swap over to the Watson before the Pro League. Seeing that has been working out for them, but being patient and not getting that KP will deny you the opportunity to put on some extra points. If you get caught off and fall in 8th, 7th place without that KP, you still will be only ending the game with very few points. NRG, though, maybe giving the KP over to Tripods. We gotta see. They were trying to fight for the high ground as the grenades come tumbling down to Gil's feet.
And NRG all up to Nathan, last alive for his team here. It's going to be the Tripods who get the elimination, but they got to be careful. Moist is nearby and wants the 3P. They're going to get it. Tripods going to be damaged, but nice job of his black hole just keeping them at bay a little bit here. Do they get the reset? No. Deeds gets taken out. Tripods down to 1 or 2. We know Nick is still alive. Not sure if Gent was able to survive. 5 squads remain in this game, and it's going to be the Tripods and Moist who are going to have to hit a rotate.
Look at Moist taking advantage, trying to get the opportunity to also put their names on the board, getting KP. 5 squads left right now inside of this lobby, and they're playing up the outskirts. And look who has made it onto the high ground, onto where they're going to have the positional advantage, exiting Mill. It's Optic Gaming, who are taking some shots, some stragglers that are exiting into their line of sight, but they're going to have to start moving soon in less than 10 seconds because they're not in that next circle.
Right, Duplex on high ground. This is an Optic Gaming game in my eyes. They are well positioned, and Optic does not lose these late games. We'll see if that will be the truth here. Nick, last alive, left to Rat. Nathan with the kill, a final kill on Gent there. C9, though, does have the win condition in terms of the zone closing in on them. OP is going to just absolutely grief Nick here. See you later.
C9 on the other side. Tripods with just Nick Mercs as they just got deleted right now. C9 also taking care of OP. Outplayed finally get deleted. That's 3 squads left in this lobby. C9, Moist, Optic now moving in.
Yeah, we said Optic doesn't lose these, but a C9 team that is absolutely beaming with the win condition, yes, they do. C9 had the better positioning based on where the zone's closing, and as a result, guess what? 3v3 fight, Moist versus Cloud9 for the bread.
See who's gonna take it with a nice position behind the rock, but you see a little off-angle approach from Moist. C9 playing off of these rocks, tossing out these grenades just so that way they can have an opportunity, but you see the Watson ult get put down immediately. Finds the beam with a 30-30. One more shot real quick. FT. Feisty getting knocked down. That's the green light right now for them to close in the gap. How is Moist Esports gonna play this?
And that was all Zach. You talk about Mazer moments, that was a positive one. As Zach Mazer does the damage that allows Chaotic to clean up and the rest of the boys to fly. And as a result, Cloud9 looking for Command Center. And I'm trying to remember who was dropping Command Center. Do you remember, Vicky, offhand? It was, I think, 100 Thieves typically is there? Yes, 100 Thieves is in Command Center, so they'll get a little bit of hot loot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see how some of the contentions going on in Barometer is still happening, by the way. Corpa is still going to be contested by BR Demons. They are not letting loose. This is also our last game of Stormpoint before we move back onto World's Edge. The last game we're going to see in general for Stormpoint for the rest of the tournament, because World's Edge will have Game 7, Game 8 to close things off before we jump into our awesome, kind of pristine Broken Moon individual award to see which of our teams are going to take that. But you guys can see on your left-hand side, shout out to production, the overall standings right now, as we were getting that calculated, it is Optic on top, Fallout. They took it over Alive, but look how close it is between our top 5 squads.
You love to see it. Anyone's tournament all the way to top 5. And not to put production on the spot here, but if y'all could show 6 through 10 as well, that'd be sweet, just to see who's contending. Keep in mind, the reason we showed top 5, well, that's because that's our prize pool. It's a top 5 prize pool. $50,000, $20,000 for first, $12,000 for second, $7.5 for third, $5K for fourth, and $3K for fifth. But looks like Elevate finds himself in an early fight here against Ascent.
And remember, we're playing on that new patch. We got the Massive on the ground. Nobody is safe out here. As you can see, Elevate Gaming, Golden just trying to be a miracle worker out here. But how golden are you? The R301 with the hipfire shots as a nice left field take from Ascend is going to be able to clean up that last player from Elevate. They're going to be the first squad dropping in this lobby. So many 50-50s, again, that we keep seeing. Ascent making that quick rotation, that quick fight come to an end. They also, in the process of all that, got beacon control, so they have information of where this next circle is going to be pulling, so they don't really have to go anywhere too fast. They could just stay here, loot for a little bit. And for those of you guys asking, how many games are left? Because we have more than just 6 games, the usual case that we usually have for our Apex Legends tournaments. We got Game 6, then we got Game 7 and 8 on World's Edge, and then we have, separate from the tournament, because Game 8 is going to be the last game of the tournament, Game number 9 is going to be on Broken Moon, where the team, the standalone winner of that team, is going to be able to take home $1,500 for just winning that one game on Broken Moon. So you definitely don't want to miss the rest of the action.
You'll love to see it. Shout out to Boom Team Life. We talked about BR Demons, Vicky, and how good they are, how good they're, how much potential that they have. If BR Demons can keep getting reps and experience as a team, they can end this Pro League as a top 5 team. Quote me right now, if. That's a big if, but I think they can.
I definitely am on board with you on that, honestly, because they were playing so well so far in the ALGS Pro League that we've seen them perform in that day number 1. Now, the 2 games that they had that was pretty lackluster, which is the reason why they're not in the top 5, is that first game, they were the first team to go down because they had to deal with a 50-50 off the rip, because we've had so many 50-50s go down today, both World's Edge and Stormpoint. And I believe game number 4, they were the second squad, or rather, no, the third squad to go down. And so they ended in 18th place with no KP to their name. So 2 bad games is what set them back, yet they're still overall in 7th place. That's nice to note as we see VZD making their rotation over on the other side of Fish Farms. It's another squad meeting them, waiting for them on the other side.
That's right. Yeah, VZD hasn't had the best showing, though, in this competition. Obviously playing with a couple new players, right? It's not G Dolphins' typical Pro League team. It's pretty late over there in Europe, so he had to get some late-night grinders, 9imps and Mandy. Meanwhile, Optic Gaming out early. That's huge. They rotated super fast from Mill to Command Center, and unfortunately got caught on rotation. We'll see if they can pull some magic out again. And I always talk about it. Optic Gaming is the team that pulls a rabbit out of the hat more often than not. They find a way as a solo to get their team back in it and to make it to top 3. We'll see if they can do it here. Then RG beats Element 6. That's a big fight.
I'm wondering here, too, if Optic Gaming managed to get this reset, then Duplex being the MVP that they need. Gonna have to see. You see, but the thing is that if you are a rat, the best rat you could be is a seer rat, all right? Because you get all the information after getting the banners for your teammates, really quick looting. But as we see NRG still in another fight. They came out of this fight, and now the third party's rolling in, where NRG are just trying to reset, it looks like. They have the Trident in case they need a get out of jail card, but they don't want to give this loot for free over to the competition.
TSM with the first knock on Anmu. Another 3v3. Last time it was against Alliance. This time it's against 100 Thieves. And they're going to get that first kill, make it 2. And TSM gets the kill points. Again, they've been doing a really, really good job with these early to mid-game kill points. And they were able on the second game of Stormpoint to get like 10 or 12 kills and get top 2. Can they do it again here? Can they keep that consistency up? TSM's been looking a lot better today than they looked yesterday, but there's still 3 games left. They got to finish.
I'm laughing because they broke the Valkyrie, and I've never seen a Valkyrie take to the skies so fast from inside of a building that has a slight opening that allowed the Skyward Dive to get pulled off. So, I don't know, funny image right there. As you can see, Duplex trying to safely rotate to this respawn beacon. And this is what I was talking about before. If you're going to have one last teammate alive, it's great to either have a Valkyrie or a Seer. Valkyrie, obviously, with those quick rotations to get out with the Skyward Dive just in case. Or, in this case, Duplex with the heartbeat sensor, just trying to find an opportunity to get this res. But are you going to pull it off here? We saw there's another team across the field over in Cascade Falls. Are you going to take the risk? You could immediately go uphill, so he is going to be able to res both Noct and Skittle Case, but where are they going to rotate to right after this?
Yeah, that's the question. It'll be a tough rotate for them. We'll see if teams decide to grief off of the sound cues of the res. Doesn't happen in Pro League or competitive Apex as much as it does in Ranked, thank goodness. Meanwhile, Alliance had a really, really good tournament the first 4 games. Last game got pushed by TSM, and right now it looks like they're under duress. Yuki is knocked. Effect and Hockeys have to go massive, but there's a third party coming.
Alliance holding up for dear life. This team
gosh.
wasn't first for so long. The charge rifle looking to grief. He's still in the line of sight. Hockey's where are you gonna go? He's literally won. He climbs around the rock. He gets. Oh my! He was smoothing. He was smoothing. He was right there. But it's okay. Effect is gonna be able to revive him. But you know that team is still going as fast as they can. He's gonna get the rest, but the missile swarm's gonna knock him again.
2 knocks in a row come through. It's Verholst who gets the final knock there, which gives them another kill point if they can clean up Effect. Last alive, barely gets that shield bat off and running right into another team that was shooting from afar. This is not looking good for Effect. Verholst got the pick on Hockeys, and it's all up to Effect, left as a solo here.
I'm just looking at the bombardment of not just these arc stars, but also the charge
boy.
rifle. Effect says hello. I did not want this surprise. The ragdoll effect of the dead body just dropping down from the hillside as the Watson fences are just there setting up a perimeter.
Yikes.
Oh no, look at what just happened to Optic. Dupe can't catch a break. He rezzed them, and that team, I guess, that was in Cascade Falls was already mid-rotation towards where this res was coming, and both Noct and Skittles lose their lives again.
Big yikes. I kind of blame Caster's Curse for that one. We foreshadowed it. We said if a team decides to grief him off of the sound cue, which doesn't happen often, Fallout says. Yeah, right. It happens here. Now, looks like C9 left in a 1v1 here. It's Naughty versus TSM, but the flank's going to come through. It's going to be the Moist Boys who are going to clean up. That's huge. Once again, Moist, love that we're showing the leaderboards here because you took the words out of my mouth, production. They're in 5th place with 39 points. This helps them significantly. They eliminate the 2 teams ahead of them, and Alliance is also out.
This is actually huge right now. By the way, that charge rifle is in the hands of Verholst on the other side. So DSM didn't even fully engage in this fight. They're just from a distance, probably looking at the spot that they want to hold for this next rotation, for the next circle, without overcommitting. So with Verholst and the weapon loadout that they're rocking, this is a really good situation set up for them because that charge rifle on Storm Point is such a good weapon to have. There's so much open space. And with the Skyward Dives, you could just greet the Valkyries if they're already low.
Great call. Yeah, great call. I saw the kill feed, but it was actually Verholst poking from afar. So TSM is still in it. Thank you, Bake Shield, for having our back as well and clarifying. That was Team Girl taken out, Moist capitalizing, Cloud9 also out. So Cloud9 and Alliance, number 3 and 2, both out of this one, as it will be Moist, TSM, and Optic, the top 5 remaining. And we don't even know where Optic's at. We should keep following Duplex's journey in Optic, because if they find a way to res again and somehow win this game, I will shave my eyebrows.
No, don't say that.
No, I won't. No shot.
No shot. Hold on. This is Duplex at the he has their banner. He's actually gonna get the res.
You gotta be kidding me. I'll be so mad. I'm not shaving my eyebrows.
Alright, I'm just gonna say right now, Duplex is playing the running simulator right now. He's Mr. Worldwide, going from POI to POI, literally trying to find a place, saying, "Come on, please, from one corner of Storm Point to another, let me live for a second." They will not have that much loot. You can see that wall was already looted, and the circle's already in the process of closing.
I one time did that and said I'll get frosted tips if X happens, and I was a man of my word. I got frosted tips. I draw the line at shaving my eyebrows, okay? That is literally, I have a job, okay? I'm on camera for a living. Man can't go show up to ALGS tomorrow or on Thursday with shaved eyebrows. Frosted tips, maybe. I will consider frosted tips.
But you know what'd be funny? Instead of like when you have your shaved eyebrows, you like write the team that you want to predict on like where your eyebrows would be instead. So you like start TSM, like the worst TSM on your eyebrows instead because you don't have any eyebrows. I like that idea.
Oh man, Mazda said he'll join me with the frosted tips. All right, thank you for the backup. I'll frost my tips with you. It does sound really bad. It does sound. This chat is lit. You guys are awesome. Hope you all enjoying the broadcast at home. Appreciate y'all making it fun for us and having fun joking around along the way here. I gotta look up exclamation point eyebrows in Waltzy's chat. I think I saw that on Twitter. Did this man shave his eyebrows? Waltzy did, right?
No way. Did he actually? That's hilarious. Taking our focus back to the game, 14 squads left for the Circle 2 to close in, and you can see that Reps is on a hunt to see if any other stragglers are coming out of the circle. I mean, at this point, if there's anybody there, they should already come up on Reps' heartbeat sensor. It does reach that radius, but he's still being king. He's still looking behind him, making sure nobody's safe with his limited ammunition on the G7. They're taking different angles, though, and I do like this position from TSM. Because they do know that somebody is underneath them, and it was energy that Reps was looking out for, but they're not going to be any threat to TSM because they wrapped around the rock. So if anything, TSM are in a good spot to third party, both Moist and Energy. But I don't think they're going to give up this high ground.
You gotta be careful though, because Moist is nearby. BR Demon's there as well. Verhulst with the charge rifle is not missing right now. He connects for another one. He's got to have Red Evo shields at this point. All the damage that he's done. Yes, he does. Here comes the flank. The intel is coming through from the Seer ultimate. Look at the angles from TSM. So well played. And immediately, notice how Verhulst gets to high ground and says, I got third party. He's watching for anyone trying to come through with a 3P. And Verhulst is playing perfect with 2k damage already. Are you kidding me?
It's crazy, crazy. Verhulst, the young controller demon on the TSM team, still putting his name on the board all the time. Such a good player. Start a fight also on this high ground right here. Looking to take some shots from afar from Stormcatcher, but they got to get moving soon, and this is a tough spot to rotate from, even with the Valkyrie, because you have to go from low to high ground, so that Skyward dive won't really give you the space that you want, and we've noted already before with some teams that with those Watson perimeter fences to set up onto the right side, that going from low to high ground uphill is going to be tricky, because you're going to get contested by the squad holding the top of Thunderwatch, the squad holding uphill by the right, which is guard, and then you got TSM holding the left high ground, left of Thunderwatch. So there's so many places that you're going to be in the line of sight for a lot of these teams to just grief you.
Verhulst on high ground. Charge rifle still in hands. Imagine Jordan. Oh my God! Verbussy connects with the... Not the shot. That was the Arc Star, wasn't it? If you would have hit that Arc Star, I would have died.
Oh man, the charge rifle though only having 16 ammo. All right. Okay. Mandate playing with the Pathfinder? What is his comp?
He busts it out every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? He loves to.
I know. Oh it's weird to not see him with it, but this is why the charge rifle is so good. This is why it's so good. Doesn't matter if it's on Stormpoint or World's Edge, especially against the Valkyrie. It's such a good counter. Look how quickly they split up from the Valkyrie. They said, listen, we don't want any business. And D-Dolphin got the follow-up with the T7, so they still got a knock to start a fight.
Insane. Charge rifle to Valkyrie, your worst friend, your worst nightmare. And that was going to be, I think, the tripods who hit that ultimate. And Nick went down, but was able to stay with them for the rest of the way. Now, Manday is going to push through, looks for one more. Oh my God, I didn't see them. How does he see them? That's insane. Am I getting old, Vicky? Did you see that on your screen? I didn't see that on my screen. He saw his foot, his toenail.
I did see it, but I also have a keen eye for spiders because I have arachnophobia, so sometimes you just see things a little bit, all right? Sometimes you just see things. You just see things sometimes. My spidey sense is tingling as energy are going to share the real estate underneath this building. They pinpoint a squad in the distance, wondering which of these teams are playing on the outskirts there. It could maybe be, yes, I was going to say, guard playing still off the low ground space station on the left side. Start a fight. Had no luck in the middle of the rotation, as I was thinking here with a lot of these teams that were able to get ahead of the curve first. CG, Dolphin, and company still hanging out by the other side of the rock, but this is going to be a very difficult rotation for VZD. Space Station on the other side also making sure to gatekeep the other squad underneath them.
That's right. It's a tough... And all these northern zones, no matter if it's wall or over here towards Lightning Rod and Stormcatcher, etc., Thunderwatch, etc., so difficult. The verticality is insane. It's so hard to work your way up this mountain. We've all been there before in ranked. SSG right now wants to clean up these kills behind them so they don't have to worry about anyone coming behind them. because that's going to make that rotation even harder for them. Is Optic still alive? That's a good question. We'll try and see if we can get a quick peek to Optic. I hope they're not, for my sake, for my eyebrow's sake. Here comes the push right now from Dropped. This is the team they wanted to clear, and there's the beams, and it's VZD. You know it because he shot nothing but Rampart wall.
Oh, I'm surprised that Space Station wanted to fully send on this. Yeah, they have the Bangalore smoke for some extra cover, but they just gave up that slight high ground to a squad that could easily just take that from them. Look at the Skyward dive from Guard as well. As VZD see a moment of opportunity, they're definitely going to capitalize and take it. Here comes to the skies with a gravity lift from a Horizon, and it is VZD moving in. Exactly what I was thinking right here. But they move in, and they still get caught off because look who's on the high ground. It's Mande, who's going to be able to now shoot from the high ground onto Space Station. So they're actually getting pinned in 2 different directions.
G-Dolphin out. SSG is cleaning up the entire south portion of this lobby right now. All those kill points are going to certainly help them, but here's their toughest task. They do have a Valkyrie, so they can hit a Valkyrie ultimate to reposition, but obviously everyone's going to be watching. Mandy, last alive for VZD, used that Pathfinder Q to stay alive and get high ground, and now Mandy will try to rat his way to a top finish.
Who's the one with the charge rifle coming in from left field? I just want to talk real quick. Gotta find them. Gotta find out who it is.
It's a fact.
Mandy with the Pathfinder, though, being the last one alive from VZD, says that's not my business. I know you guys just got cleaned up, but nothing I could do about it with the circle closing into his back. But this is the path, Mandy, okay? We know that there's going to be some clips coming out of this one. But can he do it by himself? That is the question.
So he's trying to find the best zipline spot for him, and here, decides against it. He wanted it. We'll see where he ends up going. TSM right above him. Oh my god, TSM is farming this lobby. A similar zone to what we saw them win with, just a little bit north, and game number 3. And TSM cannot be stopped. Verhulst gets another knock with an Arc Star there on Knocked. And just like that, Verhulst has hit the 2.2k damage threshold. Insane.
Optic still alive, though. Nice to know. With Verhulst just juggling like he's in a circus with these grenades. I mean, I don't know how he consistently does it, but you love to see it right now. He gets that finish. TSM immediately splitting their attention to the squad that's right underneath them. Remember, Mandy's still playing as a solo Rat Pathfinder, just waiting to see where he could hide.
Yes.
Optic still... How is Duplex doing this over and over again? Optic has had the hardest game. Oh, man, for this game number 6. He's taking some circle damage, though. I don't think he's going to be able to pull off that res. TSM, Imperial House coming in. The alley-oop, and Optic get eliminated finally. But they lived for so long. They played that as a solo since the very beginning of the game.
No Optic Gaming. Eyebrows stay intact. Fallout is happy, as well as Simona Reed, the executive producer of the LGS. You would have killed me. I should have without eyebrows on Thursday. Here comes NRG, though. Wide right swing on Moist. TSM has absolute god spot right now, but the zone will not be pulling on them. So they're going to have to give it up eventually. It's a very similar zone to what we saw Complexity win just days ago on ALGS. Can they do it here is the question, as NRG is alive with fully kitted Evo shields.
And Verhulst is still farming with the charge rifle, by the way. Remember, we saw him with 16 ammo. We definitely know that he was able to loot and get even more sniper ammo for that charge rifle. So he's burning right through that charge rifle, burning through the rest of the competition, while TSM still holds a positional advantage on the high ground over here. But NRG are in a really good spot because they are in final circle position. For the squads that need to exit out of Thunderwatch, they're going to be funneled into the line of sight of Energy on the low ground.
7 more squads. 27 seconds before this round closes, and we'll have our final slow round. But something tells me we won't even get there because there's not going to be a lot of cover to work with. It's no man's land. It's barren in this one, as the zone will be closing with TSM right above Space Station. They were able to make it here for now. They're going to have to fight TSM. Actually, no, TSM hit a quick rotate already all the way over here to this box. This actually might be God spot. TSM in a great spot to win this game.
They rotated so fast, so quick to adapt BDD. Now back in his hands, and he's going to finally clean up Mandy. Yeah, we talked about it before. He was a solo for a really long time, so he was still able to survive for quite some time as Guard also get eliminated. It's going to be TSM and Energy to their side. So Energy also cleaning up the competition, but TSM, look at this game that they have. Verhulst has 3,000 damage. This charge rifle goes crazy.
Yeah, absolutely insane. He's almost out of charge rifle ammo, though, so he'll have to use it wisely. NRG, though, going to absolutely fry. They want these kills. Here comes the Horizon Q, but Nathan's going to get put at bay from the teams that are still over at Thunderwatch. He'll have to hit reset. TSM will survive for now.
Oh no, the grief.
Yep.
The Seer grief. You hate to see it, but that's how it goes with that tactical. TSM playing behind the cover. The squad actually contesting them on the other side of Thunderwatch are putting in so much damage. It's Ascend and Space Station sharing the real estate back to back.
Yeah, both NRG and TSM have favorable positions right now. Everyone else, yes, sayonara. Good luck. If somehow Ascend or SSG can pull this game off,
oh my gosh,
I will not shave my eyebrows, but I will be very, very impressed.
And meanwhile, Waltzy's still alive from Moist. I don't know how Waltzy's consistently always the last one alive in these difficult situations for Moist, but you love to see it. Hopefully they don't catch him as TSM Burrows gets taken down. The circle closing behind their backs, and you see the gravity lift as well coming in from TSM to try to go for a reposition. Ascend doesn't let them get away. They drop in 5th place, but they had a lot of KP to their name. We're gonna have to see how that affects the overall leaderboards.
Yeah, TSM went crazy. 5th place though doesn't get a lot of placement points. NRG has a chance to take 1st place here. Here we go. Ascend pushing. Newcastle helps them, but it's not enough. They're gonna go down. Kashera last up. See you later. He's gonna get some damage, but it's not enough either. NRG is just watching and laughing as everyone else is fighting, commiserating, and see you later to the last team alive here as Nathan takes to the skies with the Horizon Q. Zen goes down, and NRG will clean up. They take 1st. Space Station 2nd. What a game.
I love to see it here too, Fallout. You said that NRG definitely needed a game, and that's the game that they're able to secure. The last game we're going to see on Storm Point, we're going to throw to a quick break, but on the other side of that break, we're going to take you guys through
average placement. And speaking of some good old statistics, I'll also speak to some of the qualifier stats. Optic Gaming dominated the qualifiers. Most kills by a mile, 42 kills. TSM was behind them with 38. But Optic had 78 total points to TSM's 64. Ooh. Damage done, though. TSM got the better of them. 20,000 damage done for TSM versus 18,000 for Optic in the 6-game qualifier that they both equally paid, respectively. And just a quick heads up, TSM had 12 kills in that last game. They were farming.
Oh my goodness, yeah, they were absolutely insane. And just to reiterate, that final map on Broken Moon is the only map where winner takes all, quote-unquote, for the $1,500 prize pot. For the other 8 remaining games, though, as the finals tournament of what's happening here for Code Freedom, that is the $50,000 prize pool that these teams are going to be able to take. It's going to be top 5 payout for any of you guys just tuning in right now. As we could see, is this energy that split up for Countdown in case Vex tried them again on their drop spot in Countdown? That was funny because it looked like they made that team actually just run with their tail tucked between their legs. It is Vex that tried to contest them at staging. Oh my goodness, that is so funny. I can't believe Vex has been trying energy. They tried Cloud9 earlier. As you can see, they're still landing Climatizer, and it's good news for them because we got a Northern Circle on our hands here, Fallout.
Yeah, I don't know. Did Guard land Landslide and Vex is now getting all of the extra loot in the left behinds? I think that's what's happening here. Guard, quick rotate, known to rotate fast. Obviously playing with Crypto and Watson, that's your win condition. You want to rotate quick, find good positioning, find God spot if you can, and then use that Crypto to poke away. Meanwhile, right behind them is Corpa with a quick rotation of their own. Corpa, I believe, not sure where Corpa drops. I can't remember offhand. I think it's in Countdown, actually, speaking of which.
We get that figured out real quick.
Yeah, it is Countdown, yeah.
The Guard making the rotation. Okay, so Corpa landing Countdown. Does highlight here with Corpa landing over a Countdown. They have the opportunity to rotate through Skyhook to see if maybe there's a beacon there, or rotate around to see if there's a beacon north of Fragment West, where we sometimes see right now, where actually Guard is rotating out of. So with them trying to get onto that jump tower real quick, we get to see Elevate, who are rocking the Fuse. Mercy only gotta bring out the big guns out here.
And we've seen Mercy on Fuse before. You love to see it here. E8 not afraid to bring out different comps if they need points, and right now they do. We'll see if Elevate can have a big last 2 games. I mean, this is really the last chance for these teams that are on the second page of leaderboards to make a statement, to try and contend for a top 5 finish. So expect these last 2 games teams to start playing very aggressive, starting with Elevate here in this game.
Got a bandit in my sight.
Elevate now making the rotation off to the side of Fragment. They have the information of where this next circle is going to be pulling, so they want to secure that high ground spot that you see them pinging. This is a great spot because this is where you could actually contest a lot of the teams that are rotating from the southern part of the map, from the low ground. 100 Thieves, though, seeing another squad trying to contest them over by the train tracks of Skyhook. See Scurry already with the Newcastle ult, immediately just trying to reposition himself as Vaxxon takes a lot of damage.
You know, Vicky, there was a time where we used to pray for northern zones like the Egyptians prayed for rainfall. Now, it's all we get is northern zones, it seems like.
It's true. Oh, this is like the second circle I feel like we've seen back to back.
Identical.
Like, because, yeah, because we just had this World's End Circle, 100 Thieves, though they backed up, but there's nowhere else to run. You only get the jump tower in front of you. Okay, trying to dance a little bit on the zip line. 100 Thieves losing out on Scurry means that they lost out on the opportunity to get that Newcastle res. Amu, though, with a wingman and a dream. But can he do it? He's finding the shots. He was so close, but it was still two members of BR Demons now making their rotation into this fight. Look at the third party. E6 thought that they ate.
God.
But
Look
BR Demons was the real ones that had the feast.
Yeah, look at the kill feed right now. It is insane. What have you seen this much action early to mid game ever in competitive Apex? It is being lit up right now. Nathan left in a 1v. I think it's a 1v. No, he gets flanked and Energy is out.
Wow.
That's massive. After winning the last game, Energy eliminated. We thought they were bringing this back, but Vexed says, by the way, we still got your number. We still got your number.
All right. All right. All right. I need to know the tea here. What did Energy do to Vexed right now?
I know.
Is
That is so
contesting
bad.
them. They're contesting them and they're trying to purposely cut off their rotation. Are you kidding me?
Wow. NRG taking out 2 out of 3 games from World's Edge from Vex, who just randomly decided to drop there after dominating Cloud9 in a 3v3 in Climatizer. I just don't get it.
Also got word here. Shout out to Talakai. Let me know if I said that right. That Moist is not only in top 4, but they have over 200 plus ping. I mean, the Aussie boys, unfortunately, playing at a disadvantage. Yet they're slipping out of the competition because it doesn't matter to them. Still playing and still getting top 4. Corpa in a lot of trouble here. 3 Tricks falling incredibly low. Try to go for a swap real quick. Maybe trying to see if they can pull off some of these shield cells. Doesn't look like there's a shield bat in 3 Tricks' hand, but just trying to literally play for their lives in this low ground.
Ooh, good luck, Trixie. Trixie, don't die on me. I got faith. Kim Chu is going to keep him alive. We'll see for how long. OP, some friendly fire from European to European teams here. Vicky, do you know what NRG stands for?
It sounds like energy. Doesn't that just mean energy?
No, not really good.
Oh, no!
I can't take that. I can't take that. Rin Summer
No!
said that. I can't take credit for that. That was good, though. I like that Rin Summer. I like that one. That was pretty good.
I was all right. I mean, I was gonna say,
You're like,
Paul,
it
what they do
sounds
to
like
you?
NRG. Yeah, imagine I'm just trolling NRG right now.
Meanwhile, I'm like actually thinking like, you know, like energy, like yeah, we got the energy. And then the ball coming out here from left field. All right.
Being an absolute jerk on live broadcast. No,
All
I
right,
can't
all
take
right.
credit for that. Rin Summer, that was good. QQ indeed. I never said QQ out loud before. That was the first time. It's kind of weird.
Okay, Paul.
Did I say it right? I don't even know if I said it right.
I don't even know if you said it right either. I don't think I've ever said it out loud before, but that was interesting to hear. I like this position from Guard, by the way, because we've seen the circle pull on the outskirts of where they've been to the left, and now with, I believe that's Outplayed that's getting this res. Oh man, he didn't even have a chance. He just woke up. Shex just got here. His boots just touched the ground, and he is gone. Guard now are going to be able to move forward, finish off that KP if they have the opportunity. They're getting pinged from across the field by another team.
Rambo with the pickup on Shex, and I mentioned it. OP outplayed, more like OC outclassed. Okay, now I'm just being mean. Honestly, though, it feels a little bit like it in this competition. OP trying to keep up with everyone else, but they've struggled a little bit here. Obviously, they're playing in cross-regional competition, which they haven't really done before. They've never made it to an ALGS LAN before. They've never had a chance to play against a lot of North American teams. I've been really, really impressed with their come-up, though, in ALGS and EMEA. Obviously, we're early in Pro League. We'll see if they can bounce back, but it hasn't been the best showing for them. We'll see if they can bring it back, though. Nick's going to get a kill on Alliance Yuki. Okay, tripods.
The volatile fighting that we're seeing right now is insane. I wonder if it's just because we decided, you know, we're going over the limit of 6 games. Everyone's like, let's all frag out for game 7 and 8 for World's Edge. And this is great to see, too, with Nyx Mercs picking up that 1 KP off of Alliance. That means Alliance are playing at a disadvantage. Tripods now have the high ground, so they're looking fantastic, too, taking down Effect. And see if they can fully send it. I don't think they want to overextend at the chance that another team could come in for the 4th party, and they are just going to let Hawkeys go for right now because he's forced to now traverse through the outer parts of the circle where he could get gate-kept by the likes of Optic Gaming that like to play the edge of the ring.
Yeah, another team's going to come through. It's probably Vexed. I think probably still in the vicinity. So nice shot from the tripods. 2 good kills on Alliance. And yes, it is. It's going to be Vexed nearby. This is a pretty clean 3v3. Unless Alliance Hockeys decides to come back for banners and join the fun and maybe get his vengeance on the tripods. This might be a good fight for tripods to take.
I like this. They're still on the high ground, but they're kind of looking to see if there's any action. Hockey's just waiting on the outskirts to see if Hockey's has an opportunity to pick up his teammate's banner. Wonder if Tripods are just going to stay there. Moist Esports also taking some shots with the triple take with one of my favorite scopes, the 2x4. See the purple extended energy mag as well in Watsy's hands. As you can see him just hanging out not only behind this pill crate, but you have to worry about the squads that are behind him that have the high ground to overlook this action.
Purple extended energy mag and a triple take just is an oxymoron to me. Well, who's going to get through 27 bullets before reloading with that thing? Tell me.
That's so true.
Anybody.
That's so true. Isn't it 3 bullets per shot, though, technically?
Is it? Do you lose 3? This is a dumb question. I should know this. Do you lose 3? I mean, let's see. Shoot a bullet. Shoot!
Wait for it.
I'm staring at the bottom right of my screen right now. 27 to 24.
I like what he's doing, though. You can see him just literally juggle peeking around the pillbox just in case.
Yep. Head glitching. You do lose 3. Yep. Okay. Confirmed. So maybe you will get through that 27 bullets. Still probably not. Maybe it'll take you like, a good 40 seconds of shooting to get through that thing.
My favorite is how much ammo you need to hold onto your pocket for the charge rifle. That thing deletes all your ammunition.
Yeah, it does.
All for the right reasons. That's why we saw throws in that last
exactly.
game. Yeah.
Which is a
Can
good
you
thing.
imagine? I don't need to get griefed by more of these charge rifles from across the entire map.
That's right. You take a look at the overhead map here. We have Optic on screen. This is a far, far northeast zone here. So Tripods rotating through Landslide. Vex to let him go. Did they take... No, Vex is all the way up there north on your screen. They're going to be actually rotating through against the BR Demons. Look at the BR Demons, those sneaky little beavers. They are ratting for this moment right here.
Uh-oh. Look at this opportunity. Vex Gaming.
Light him up.
Where is he gonna go?
I feel like I'm playing a game.
Look at him run.
This is hilarious. I feel like what is this? Like battleships right now? We're watching an overhead map of these little triangles shooting at each other, and I've never been more excited about it. Top left of your screen.
I love it. They immediately just disengage as fast as they could as we get to look at the overhead of where a lot of these other squads are situated, and C9 in a good spot because we sometimes see the circle pull in their direction or by that tall tower that you can see right to their north. Sometimes the circle pulls on the outskirts right there too. So C9 taking the opportunity to play this safely as they should with 15 squads still left in the lobby. They're outside of the money just barely. I believe they're overall in 7th place behind Moist Esports with 46 points. So one really good game will definitely put them in the top 5 category where Alliance and Energy are sitting with 48 points.
That's a good point. Cloud9's been doing really, really well in this competition. Top 7 right now. Really a upgrade from what we've seen from them the last week, playing with a substitute and Chaotic Much. Perhaps that's the impact that the young Brit has on this squad. Certainly a top player and a rising star in our league. It's been fun to watch him and his progression. Now making it over to the USA, playing with G2. Here comes the push from Matafe, though. Vexed versus, I don't know which team this is. Might be Tripods from that earlier fight, but they went a far, far rotation. I don't know, I'm not sure who it is.
Thinking here with some of these wingman shots, just getting hurtled in this direction. But Matafe has to back up here. Has to have the rest of Vex Gaming try to cover him at the same time. With that squad now just trying to take an opportunity to close in that gap. Here comes the Seer ult, though. A lot of information as Unlucky needs to get subbed out.
And Matafe's going to go down. Well, I think this might be Tripods. Yes, it is. Tyler's going to get the first knock, though, back. So just like that, it's going to be Tyler who gets a double on Deeds and Nick. So really well played from the Tripods, but in the end, Tyler FPS with a 1v3 potential. He's now left in a 1v1, and he has 2 knockdown shields to work with and an ultimate.
But he falls incredibly low. Can he eat after this one, though? He's backing up instead. He's got the shield cells. It doesn't look like he's got a shield bat, so he's forced to slow heal.
Wow. And I don't know if he has the intel, his opponent has the intel that he's wide or left here. He has no idea. Meanwhile, the BR Demons enter the fight. Goodbye to both teams here. Deeds gets the kill on Matafe. They get a couple more kill points, but that'll be it for the Tripods most likely. They have to back out and reset because the third party's coming.
Don't know if Deeds could get away. Oh my goodness,
Nope.
Huge missile swarm. You're definitely not going to pull off that res. Good luck trying as the Tripods get deleted. Vex Gaming are going to meet them too. Is that BR Demons cleaning up both of those teams at the very end?
Yep,
That's what it
at the
looked
same
like at the very
time.
end. Wow.
BR Demons capitalizes 2 kill points for them and a really good initiation for the Tripods right there. They got such good damage in to start, but they let Tyler FPS do Tyler FPS things. He clutched up with a 1v2, and they didn't get the kills fast enough. If they can clean that up and clean up that push a little bit, just small things, that's the difference between them getting that clean wipe, avoiding third party, and surviving to potentially beat the BR Demons right after in a 3v3.
Wondering how the BR Demons are going to get contested on the edge of the circle, because right now they are looted up. Minus that white extended light mag that's on the G7 Scout here, BR Demons are on a tear and riding on some momentum. 13 squads left, and they've been able to secure some good KP as well as some good rotations, rotating north of Skyhook through the train tracks like we saw originally, where they were just stationed north of survey camp. So they've been able to clean up a lot of the northwestern part of this lobby. As you can see, all the other squads that have taken up the real estate inside Climatizer. You see TSM on top of Alliance, looking like they're trying to take that fight, but another team from across the field is also trying to contest them. Hawkeyes is the last one alive from Alliance, and he's holding on for dear life with also only 16 bullets in the Volt.
Hawkeyes, somehow from his journey way early on, alive with not a whole lot to his name. 80 bullets in his Volt, an R301 right behind him, and some way rotating all the way through to Climatizer. So, all right, rat of the century here. It's Hawkeyes. Give him your energy. Give me your rat energy, my friends in the chat. He needs it. We'll see if he can survive to late game. Meanwhile, let's check out some of the other teams. TSM, I believe, still alive. Optic still alive. We know that NRG got taken out. And we'll take a look here. Beautiful overhead camera. E8 on your screen. VZD, a few other teams that are kind of the lower 10 top teams. Love to see our top. Here we go. TSM on screen on display. Here's our top 5 teams and leaderboards. TSM's one of them.
Yeah, TSM sitting currently #1 spot in the overall standings. Ooh, Varl spoke for 1 second, but he's literally 1 bullet away from boosting up this Evil Shield to purple. Definitely going to poke again with this G7, having a 2x4 sight to try to get that online. But Optic Gaming on the other side of where TSM is stationed on the real estate of that tunnel. This is a good spot to be because you do have the high ground, but when they are forced to drop down from this high ground, aside from the natural landscape of the rocks to their left, there's little to no cover in the middle of this rotation from high to low ground and space stations to their back. So they're gonna be able to contest them the bow check shots, landing for 70.
What's up, Zenile? Connects with the bow check, fully cocked up and loaded. Here comes the low side rotation for SSG, and in the end here, we got SSG, Optic, Moist, and TSM. 4 of our top 5 teams all still alive, but something tells me not all 4 of them will make it into the top 5 of this last game. Moist seems really well positioned, and y'all mentioned it in chat. I just got to double down. Really impressive what Moist has been able to do here, Vicky. On high ping from Australia, plus MT with a really bad connection, playing on 200 to 300 ping, playing against the best teams in the world, just proving yet again that the APAC South region truly is the best in the world, arguably. Obviously, losing Dark Zero is big, but the way that Sutaraiku, Moist, and Dark Zero performed at champs and playoffs, you got to put respect on their name.
Definitely here. That was the Burger Brigade that we hyped up for all the right reasons. And now Optic Gaming said, you know what? Give me one of those. I got the bow check in my hands. I'm Legolas out here.
Yep.
Or maybe, you know, if you want to tip the Seer hat, Robin Hood instead. They lose out on Noct, and now he's going to be able to move in, closing the gap. But that's what I mean. Open space, little to no cover, and there's already a team contesting them.
And guess who it is? It's Moist, who's going to grief the top team in this lobby in Duplex in 2nd place. Moist in 4th or 3rd, actually, is going to some way, somehow turn around the fight. Duplex survives, gets their aggro, and Skittlecakes does the rest, plus the third party from elsewhere. So Moist taken out, TSM taken out. This is all Optic all day. Is SSG still alive?
Optic Gaming alive. I mean, SSG was behind Optic unless they were able to close in the gap from behind them. Now they're playing at a disadvantage only as a duo, but guess what? The mobile respawn is inside of the replicator, and they have one in their pocket. Space Station is still alive, and they ended up going for a wider rotate. They're in the middle of this fight, close range fight, and with the circle closing in behind them, they're getting pressured from behind.
Zenile, a little too much speed with the Bangalore speed boost because he missed a couple car shots right there he would have wanted back, and as a result, he's going to get knocked. It's going to be all up to dropped. He has to go huge right now for his team because Zach Mazer's still in it some way, somehow. I thought I saw Cloud9 got eliminated, but maybe not. Here we go. It's actually, no, yeah, they are out. It is going to be BR Demons who joins the fight, and that is going to be all she wrote here for SSG. The BR Demons are playing really well this game. Look at their kills.
Yeah, and you can see the kill leader in the hands of the Cowboy Man, of course. It's going to be Aiden playing under that tag. Optic Gaming, though, now fully restabilized with the death blocks to their feet. So each member of Optic Gaming have been able to reset, have the loot that they need, but they have to think about where they're going to rotate because you see them taking some shots, and I think the guard have not the high ground, but the window that they can pressure Optic Gaming. It was VZD on the high ground originally, which they're still holding on to that real estate. You can see the zip line that was made. That looks like a mess. I mean, you got 3 zip lines, you got the rampart barriers. I mean, VZD, what are you doing?
Yeah, all sorts of craziness going on. Optic Gaming is the only team playing Edge right now with a really good opportunity to walk this in and potentially win this game. But again, they have a pretty hard road ahead of them. And we got VZD and a couple teams on High Ground Alliance finally going to be spotted out. BR Demons get yet another kill. So BR Demons in 8th place with a monstrous game here. They could put themselves in contention of winning this tournament, Vicky. Dark Horse team.
Talking about it before. Duplex also has a very stacked R301 with the bow check, and Skittlecase gets deleted. He thought he was going to be able to take that gravity lift all the way up, but this is a tough rotate. That squad, though, on the high ground isn't going to give up that ground. So despite losing out on Skittlecase, they are going to be able to reset. They are going to be able to get this res. You can see Duplex with the heartbeat sensor, making sure to give him any cover just in case.
Yep, res comes through. And Optic back to full force, but the scan is going to be here. Micro drones detected. I'm not sure the team that scanned them is going to be able to push, though. So the team in front of them does not have the intel. BR Demons finally eliminated after a really, really high kill game. I think 7, 8, or 9 kills for them. Was that enough to break into the top 5, though, is the question. That's the prize pool. Guard is very, very well poised here in this one. Which team is that in high ground? Is that VZD? I think it is. Yes, it is.
Let's not forget that, you know, BR Demons were in that 9th place spot overall. So I have to see what happens here.
Letting the game breathe a little bit. 6 squads remain, and I agree with Birdie. This is going to be a messy late game circle. And at this point, I don't know if any team has win condition necessarily. It's going to come down to whoever can basically outlast and be the last of the party, and that's exactly what Optic wants to do here. They want to play wide, left, hit angles, use this fence to play cover as long as they can, and just let everyone else fight. Goodbye to that Watson pylon. And a couple grenades as well.
Oh, Skittles taking a lot of damage. Forced to back off, pop up that shield bat real quick, knocked us up to health as Duplex is going to rotate out real quick to also reset. Love the communication from Optic Gaming. You could literally see the flowing of comms coming in from this team. Back and forth they go as the Arcstar forces them to displace and reposition. There's no spotting here, though, before they enter.
And here comes another team trying to push. That's a huge play from Blast. That sounded like Donald Trump there. That was terrible. But a big play from Blast is easy to get the knock on Duplex. So Optic down to a team of 2 here, as they will have to find some way, somehow, to survive in this late game if they want to continue their run. Meanwhile, Guard, SAF, and VZD have the win condition 100%. In my eyes, it's VZD on high ground potentially.
Man, this is scary. Skittles and Duplex have the gold R301. I mean, talk about a beamage opportunity here. Although they have to see if they can get Duplex right back up with the circle closing in right behind them. They may not have the opportunity. They're inching forward with the last member of this team. Rather, there's still 2 members of that opposing team waiting for them on the other side. Ooh, nice beam right there, stopping him in his tracks right from the skies. Who is right behind them, coming in from the circle? They took too much damage here. Crypto EMP coming in, start a fight, get eliminated. 4 squads left, and Optic Gaming may be on their last legs, trying to get to high cover.
Oh my god, Noct. The movement! He's gonna get a great flank! Noct is going crazy! He's gonna get taken out in 3rd. Ascend, last team alive, and they absolutely have this in the bag here. As the Europeans, the Portuguese sensation, Ascend will win game number 7 to ascend up the leaderboards. They needed that one. What a tournament this has been. 1 more game remains to determine the champions of the Code Freedom $50,000 tournament. Right after this.
Even all the way down to 11th for Start a Fight, behind Guard being in 45 points and Start a Fight having 37. Still pretty close in this top 10.
That's right. Well, hey, we also have another Vexed versus NRG early game 50-50 over here for staging. I still don't understand why Vexed felt the need to start griefing NRG. Maybe they know something we don't know, but NRG gets the best of them. That's a great start for NRG. 3 kill points to their name to kick off a very big game number 8, where they still have a chance to take home the first place prize.
Taking a look at some of the teams and where they rotate, guys. Know that we do just see the team and the numbers right next to them, but we know where some of the POIs are for some of these teams as well. We know that NRG likes to land over there by Countdown, so they're going to get the beacon real quick, as we also get to see the likes of C9 that land over in Climatizer, also having the beacon control in their hands before they are forced to rotate all the way down to the southwest.
South zone, let's go. We've got nothing but northern zones here to finish World's Edge. Last game gets us a southern zone, and that's right in the neighborhood of NRG dropping staging. And of course, we have Team 14, Team 17, aka the Tripods over in Lava. We'll try and keep you updated. Looks like we got a team number bug, so we'll try and keep updated as to who's who. But it is SAF down in Tree. It's Alliance in Thermal Station. TSM drops Lava Siphon. NRG drops staging, and then of course Optic drops Big Moud those are the teams you want to keep a close eye out for in this competition. There we go. We got it fixed on screen.
Hey, yeah, shout out to production. We got all the names back on here. And I love how I got you saying energy, like with the E, but instead of NRG. I heard that. But all right, Fallout, we going on to staging with, is that Vex Gaming still trying to contest them? They look like they're getting chased at the same time by Guard. So we may have a sandwiching opportunity here very soon. Wondering what's happening on the other side as we get to take a look at the fights happening over by Fragment. It's going to be E8 in some trouble.
Yeah, that's just taken out already. So, okay, well, isn't that but Fuse comes through. OP versus E8. This is a big fight here. E8 needs the kill points because they need to fly and fry if they want a top 5 finish and place the money here. Meanwhile, OP gonna get knocked by Shex. Mercy's too OP as Fuse gets the first one.
Oh, you see them playing off the low ground though, as Mercy only is gonna try to rotate out and gets knocked out in the process. It's OP now. Trading that as Presley needs to reset with Golden.
Couple Skynades come through. There'll be a 2v2, and the Horizon Q's not going to do much. He's going to at least break ice and give his teammate Presley. What a good teamwork right there. Presley comes through right after, gets the knock, and the shield bat gets popped by Golden. How blessed is he to have 2 shield bats already in this game.
Oh, OP get wiped out. Yep, that's going to be the end of the run for them. 18 squads left in this lobby. It's nice to know that Vex Gaming was the first one to go down, so that is it for their run. As we see C9 now taking it over. And Impulse getting taken down.
Meanwhile, C9 on Impulse, like you said, and VZD. That's big because that's team in the top 7 versus a team that was like 11th through 12th-ish. So it's Cloud9 who's in the running in the overall standings with an opportunity here with a couple KP picked up for them. Keep in mind, Cloud9 currently stands in 7th place with 46 points. Moist is in 4th with 48. So they are certainly in great positioning to take home part of that top 5 prize pool. For those that are just tuning in, first off, welcome once again to the Code Freedom Finals. This is game 8 of 8. World's Edge. We've had 4 on Stormpoint, 4 on World's Edge. We have 1 more on Broken Moon after this, and here comes a push against VZD for C9.
C9 though, oh, you saw that Sheila tried to move out, and Chaotic said sit down real quick. Had to melee JG Dolphin after he got that knock with the R301. Now the rest of C9 are just cleaning up this KP. They need this to follow, like you were talking about before. Top 5 gets to walk away with that prize pool, and they are currently sitting in 7th overall, right behind Moist with 49 points. Meanwhile, Moist and Alliance are tied with 50 points. But Alliance should win that trade because they did win game number 1 with a beamage of the charge rifle coming out for C9.
Yeah, that is Mandy playing as Pathfinder. And I think managed to pop a shield at potentially. He's running for his life right now. His Q should be back up soon-ish. But Cloud9's not going to let him go.
For the way that Zach is playing right now, he is out for blood, making sure that he could clean up any of these non-players real quick before just backing up. Thanks for the zip line. Thanks for the taxi. Thank you very much. And he's going to go right back to the rest of his team.
Ascend. Winners of game number 7. Put themselves in a top position to potentially win this. 8th overall. Oh, sorry, not 8th. They're in 4th overall. Sorry, 54 points to their name. Cloud9 has 49, right behind Alliance and Moist. So Ascend's in a really good spot. Played really, really well last game, and really performing well overall, which is great for them after not the best Pro League debut, if I remember correctly. Here's the overall standings on screen. Imperial Hal and TSM find themselves in a big fight against the tripods, and they're going to absolutely team wipe the tripods. That'll be it for their tournament run outside of Broken Moon next game.
Fortunate for tripods, GG go next. Find an opportunity to see if you could secure that W in that game 9 on Broken Moon. Seeing TSM though are about to get third party by Alliance. Another one of the teams that have remained within the top 5 this entire day. They're sitting in number 5 exactly here as they try to fully set it on TSM. This will be so detrimental because they caught him when they were already low before they were able to reset.
That's right. Alliance number 6 versus TSM number 2 with 63 points. And Alliance gets the first knock on Verhulst, leaving Reps and Hal, the last 2, alive, and the storm is closing in, so that'll be good for Verhulst for sure. Hal gets knocked as well by Optic Gaming, who enters the fight. Will they decide to full send on Alliance? No. They'll take their first kill. They'll be happy with that. Reps is going to have to rat, and we'll see if TSM can come back.
Optic Gaming coming in at the perfect time, though. But Alliance also, with the disengage after noticing that Optic Gaming was coming in on their 6th. With Reps being alive, though, on the other side of the stroke point, they could count their blessings. It could be right now that Optic Gaming actually helped TSM so much right there, because Alliance were forced to disengage. Hockey's is incredibly low, but he manages to pop the medkit right before that last tick. And Optic Gaming taking a little bit too much of that shield, or rather that circle damage, before having to disengage. Look at this. Yeah, they have the 2 blues. Yeah, Noct is on that purple, but they want to make sure that they're in an opportunity to actually circle keep these 2 squads.
And what a great free cam right there. Beautiful shot to showcase. Reps patiently waiting. Optic pressuring Alliance. And, of course, Alliance trying to work their way out of that zone. We'll see if Reps can wait long enough to get the banners, or if Alliance will continue to camp it. Taking a lot of zone damage, though. Something tells me Alliance will be rotating soon. TSM might have a chance to come back in this game, but we shall see.
So they're going to take their time as we can take a look at where the circle is going to be pulling. Energy had that beacon off to the side, but they were booted out of Countdown. We remember that Vex was the first squad to go down, and I think it was Guard that helped sandwich them between Energy. That was a very quick early fight happening in this final game. Start a fight are approaching from the southern side, but they could expect Optic Gaming, if they wanted to get cheeky and contest Alliance, prevent TSM from rotating around. You could see this angle that they're holding. They could take their time to stay here and then rotate with the Skyward Dive around this rock to maybe contest start a fight. Very good positioning overall that Optic Gaming could take, because it's the 50-50s in the decision making that could actually allow them to take both angles, which is still a good spot for this end circle.
Yeah, to answer Nero's chat and the question in the chat, he said, do Optic and TSM land near each other? Yes, they do. TSM now lands Lava Siphon, and Optic lands Big Mod and Lava City. So right near each other, and you typically will see them on rotates clash like we saw them here. That's been a new storyline here for any time you see TSM Group B of the Pro League versus Group C. Tomorrow will be Group A versus Group C, so we will not see TSM or the Tripods competing until Sunday. Mel's back in the house. What's up, Mel? Welcome back. I missed you, my friend. New Zealand back and representing.
Hey.
Good morning, I think, over there. Good afternoon. And here we go. Last game. Mel, just to catch you up, and everyone else that's joining. Game 8 out of 8. Final opportunity for Moist, the Aussies, to try and do it big. Holding it down and making the Kiwis proud.
Yeah, shout out to everybody coming in from different parts of the world into this broadcast, guys. Hope you guys are enjoying the competition while we play out our final game of the day. Game 8, so literally Apex all day long, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Apex all day long, Apex all week. We see currently the wingman shots landing, the gold extended sniper mag on that, as the squad does go down in this lobby. 14 squads left here, as they're going to try to see if they can fully send it. But do they give up this high ground? That is the question, with so many other squads taking the real estate here.
That's right. Crime and Birdie from Europe. A bunch of legends hanging with us this late. Agreed, Vicky. Big shout out to every single one of you sticking with us from Europe, and of course those in Australia. I saw someone from South Africa. You love to see everyone joining us from all around the world. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Meanwhile, it is the BR Demons who have really, really impressed me, Vicky. They've looked really solid. Unfortunately, only 45 points overall in 10th place. So they need a pretty solid game here if they want to break into that top 5, but they're still in contention.
It's crazy. They also performed very similarly in the Pro League, where they were really putting in the damage, putting a dent to some of the competition here. And I like the way that they've been able to approach this as we take a look at our #1 overall team in the overall standings. It's Optic Gaming, taking their time to take different angles. This squad, by the way, has not only taken first for game number 3, but they got second game 4, third game 5, and then third again in game 7. So having these sporadic placements, they've been very consistent as Pricey goes down. This is the Moist Gaming squad that get taken out with a 30-30 landing on MT's head. Nobody could save them, but 100 Thieves desperately needed that, because in the overall standings, they've been sitting in 18th.
You know what just happened right there, Vicky? All you Kiwis in the chat, New Zealanders, just absolutely cursed the Australians.
No.
Can't we all just get along? APAC South represented as a region, Oceania represented as a region, and instead you do your boys like that. You Kiwis are just a bunch of rioters, a bunch of hooligans.
I love the energy that they bring to LAN too. Gotta give them a shout out after the energy that they brought into the crowd over in the ALGS champs and LAN. Want to see that energy be kept throughout any future lands we may see. Now, with this tournament run ending for Moist Esports, though, got to take a look at Optic Gaming, who've made their rotation into this low ground, looking to rotate through Harvester. They note that there's a team inside of here, but I think they just want some of this additional loot. You can see Noct trying to prioritize getting this death box while Skittlecakes takes watch overhead.
That's right. Optic still in this one. TSM, would love to check in on them, see if Reps was able to get banners and recover. I don't think I saw him get taken on the feed at the top right, unless I'm incorrect. Space Station Gaming, though, still alive. They drop over Lava Fissure. Good positioning for them. Good overall situation for them. We'll see if SSG can make it to late game, though. Optic looks really strong. Alliance as well. And here comes a team right below them. Alliance is flying right now and frying right now. SAF though gets the first knock. It's going to be Alliance, Yuki, and Hockeys who have to go huge. And they're going to be taken out. That's it. Alliance is out to the hands of their European counterparts. Eternal, recently signed by Start a Fight.
Oh, can we talk about the off angle Bambino took for that fight there too? That was amazing. He took a nice little left corner so that way when the other squad was trying to contest him on the other side, that he was going to be able to have them in their line of sights without putting himself in a vulnerable position. So Start a Fight coming out on top from that fight, and they needed that because we talked about it right before this game, that they were on the cusp of the top 10 spot right behind Guard with 37 points. So any KP matters for this team. Optic Gaming, another team that wants to hold down the fort for their #1 spot, trying to build up that gap between themselves and TSM that are sitting in second place.
Wow, that's massive. You'll see the standings here. Alliance was in 6th. They are eliminated. Team 6, Cloud9, I believe, eliminated as well. That's big. That's the 7th place team. So that opens things up for Ascend and a few others to try and work their way up. And I love that we switched right over to Ascend as I say that, to work their way up the standings. And I agree with Scott 9x9 in the chat. I wish Team Liquid was playing as well. They opted not to participate in this tournament, but that would certainly shake things up. No Team Liquid here in this one. No Kansas City Pioneers either. They didn't qualify. They tried to in the first qual and didn't make it, if I remember correctly. They're playing with a sub back then. Here comes the BR Demons, a team that I mentioned is in 10th place with a chance to break in the top 5, especially now that Alliance, Cloud9, and maybe TSM are out. But my question still is TSM alive? And NRG is
wondering here.
Yeah.
I think they had gone for a reset, but yes, nice for you to highlight NRG being out because they were in 8th place, I believe, before this game overall. So have to see where they land in the overall leaderboards after this game is over. While some of these other teams are still managing to rack up some extra points. Playing off of the edge, though, of this circle, we see this circle pull towards the southern side of where we see this squad currently right now on the train tracks, close to where you see that painting of Watson fences in that choke point by exiting Harvester, going towards Thermo Station. So TSM, as you can see right here, have been able to reset. How is back in this fight. Even with the White Evil Shield, though, he doesn't have heavy ammo to work with, which is going to be scary. But if they do manage to take that fight to the squad that's to their south, that have their backs against this ring, this is going to be huge for a reset for TSM.
Decides to hold on to the car instead of switching to the potential 30-30 or the flatline over the 30-30, the flatline over the shotgun as well. And a little bit of shambles right now is TSM. Thank you, Empyrean, Bake Shield, Sublime for the info there. But TSM still in it, and of course, shout out to Production for showcasing TSM here. 10 squads remain. TSM currently in the top 3 of the standings in all odds against them. No ammo, no resources, not a lot of loot. They got to go huge. They need a refresh.
Living off the land, literally living off the land right now. Gotta work with what you got. Ascend are on the other side of Harvester, while Skittlecakes has not left this position on the high ground because this is a good call from Optic to take basically this entire real estate. Not only between the building that Duplex and Noct are in, but with Skittlecakes' presence here, this is the high ground, and he's gonna get pinged from behind. The fight for this ground is going to be highly contested because we sometimes see circles close in this direction.
That's right. SAF going to get a full elimination on VZD. Mandy was able to get a banner of 9 imps, but that's it. They're out. So here we go. 9 squads left. TSM, Optic Gaming still in it, as well as Space Station Gaming, with just 5 minutes left in this competition. This last and final game of the 8-game series before we head to Broken Moon for the $1,500 winner-take-all tournament. All comes down to this. Can TSM some way manage to sneak this one out? It's going to be really difficult for them.
It's going to be difficult, but we've seen TSM come back from even crazier end games, too. Optic Gaming still alive, and they have some KP to their name. The Skyward Dive coming online. Where are we going to be zooming to Optic Gaming, taking to the skies after that squad force Skittlecakes off of the high ground?
Both knocked. Valk Ultimate's going to help actually TSM quite a bit here because that's going to be Optic not having to gatekeep TSM, so TSM will have a chance to reset. They found themselves the refresh. Hal has ammo up the wazoo, a car and a scout to his name. Another ultimate with the ult accelerant. They're going to take a full fight against Ascend. Here comes a 3v3. It all comes down to this. You saw the Horizon Black Hole come get popped here by Ascend. TSM with the zone briefing that. It's all up to Hal. He's going to push it up. Does so much damage. He's not missing a shot until he takes out that G7 scout. Unfortunately, doesn't connect with the spread. And Ascend is going to end TSM's day.
Oh man, you hate to see the hipfire shots miss right there and start a fight, or gonna look to start that fight against Ascend, trying to move in for the perfect timing on the third party while Ascend was unable to get the reset. Kasira though, dancing around the knockdown shield, it's not gonna be enough to start a fight. Win another fight. They ended up waking up for this final game where they needed it the most, taking care of Ascend. This is a squad that was overall ranked 4th in the overall leaderboards.
Insane. So we have Space Station and Optic, the last 2 teams of our top 5 alive. Alliance is out, so top 7 actually. NRG's at top 8, so if the Guard and BR Demons are alive, Space Station Gaming is in shambles. He gets the med kit off somehow. I don't know how he's still alive.
Oh, please.
This might be it for SSG. I don't know if it's going to be enough to stay in the top 5.
Oh
Wow.
no, not the fuse! The knuckle cluster! The
so
knuckle
annoying.
griefer! Oh, he's setting out the seer ult. He yeeted it. Where is it gonna land? Does he get the information that he wants? Doesn't look like it. He's just literally playing for his life behind this truck.
Yeah,
Dropped
he has
out
no
of
shield
family.
cells.
Don't do this to him.
He has no shield cells. He has no shield bats. He is in shambles right now, but the Guard is still alive. So the Guard could sneak into the top 5 right here. They're one of the few top 10 teams still in it, but Optic Gaming is so well poised to win this competition. Vicky, your pick, the pick I mentioned I wanted to choose as well until I had to choose against you because I can't pick the same thing you picked. No, but Optic Gaming is looking really, really good here.
And they're in a really good spot too. In this alleyway, there's crevice right between the rock canyon. Because they have the Horizon, they can just gravity lift everybody up into the high ground.
God,
Rock is in
no
a
way.
tough spot. Gotta run though, gotta run with no shield cells, gotta run outside that natural cover. It's Optic Gaming says, please come into our hands before E8 snatch that away from them. Take that opportunity. You see Skittlecase getting to a position saying, E8, they have taken that high ground. This is the team that forced me off of that ground when I wanted to situate myself there originally.
And E8 needed that kill as well. They need every possible kill they can get if they want to be in the prize money. Optic Gaming, though. Center zone, great rotation from them, and they like the fact that they're buried right now in this cannon. Actually, a good situation for them is it looks like the Guard is nearby, very well positioned. The Watson crypto in late game is going to help them significantly. Nox is going to get a knock on E8. The second member of E8 goes down. E8 is going to be eliminated. SAF is damaged as well, and Optic is going to profit.
Knocked now, moving into the side. Optic looking to clean up another team. Start a fight out of this fight, but the high ground still in favor for some of the other squads, not having to get out of their line of sight.
He somehow is going to. And the Watson pylon is going to help them here. Not theirs. It's an enemy Watson pylon.
Oh no.
The cancel is going to come through of the shield that pop. Cannot get it off is the question. Skittle and Knock left as a team of 2 with a team right above them. It's the BR Demons actually. And the Guard. Huge games for them. Much needed game 8 performances from these 2 teams in 10th and 9th place respectively.
What is Optic Gaming going to do? They've swapped positions with Duplex, who was the sole survivor for this team for an entire game on Stormpoint. Now Optic Gaming, playing off the low ground, are going to have to inch their way into the next circle. That team above them, though, has noted already that Optic is stuck here. They're in a tough spot, but they have skitttle kicks, they have the gravity lift. What are they going to do?
And Skittlecakes is going to take to the skies and try to make a play right now. They're going to actually separate, but they have a Valkyrie, so they're both able to get back on high ground. That's the verticality of these 2, why they're so good as a duo.
Wow, the split push.
Huge. Horizon and Valkyrie. A great combination in this late game for them as they're able to basically traverse low ground, high ground, low ground, high ground. Can they do it as a team of 2?
That's the question right now. Noct having the red Evo shield, looking to wrap around. He's got 2 shield bats to his name, some limited light ammo as he is rocking both the car and the G7. Guard are in such a good spot. How are you going to force them out of this space when they have the Watson and the Crypto for the EMP to slow things down to start off with an advantage with their health pool? Optic Gaming, though, are about to get sent on by 100 Thieves. Knock Skittlecakes versus the rest of the 100 Thieves squad. Shield swap not going in his favor, but he does get the quick shield swap with the purple Evo real quick.
Yeah, great shield shots from Noct, but 100 Thieves will grief and end the game of Optic Gaming. Skittlecake, some way, somehow, still alive, but you wonder for how long. He's finally going to get taken back out, goes in the storm, and that's it. See you later, Optic Gaming. 4th place should be enough to secure the tournament win. 100 Thieves in 16th or 17th, certainly out of the scoring here, but it comes down to 100 Thieves, the Guard, and I don't know what the third team is.
Gonna have to find out right now on the other side. Guard have been inside this building for so long. Oh.
It's the BR Demons in 10th. This is huge. This could have implications. 100 Thieves is gonna Newcastle ult their way to high ground. All 3 teams remain. Here comes the EMP momentarily, surely, but it's gonna be the Guard that gets taken out to the hands of BR Demons. Can they get the shield swap though? No. 100 Thieves will clean up, and that should be all she wrote. Last member alive. Last member goodbye. 100 Thieves, your champions for game number 8.
They needed to take one follow. Yes, just like you mentioned, they were out of contention for that prize pool, but they still managed to put their name on the board for that final game. Better late than never, as I always say, but the BR Demons went crazy that final game, too.
They went huge. A massive game from them. They're absolutely performing right now and coming into final form. You wonder how scary that team can be once they continue to get reps and practice in together. I'm excited to see them continue to progress. But hey, look, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the tournament. We'll have the leaderboards ready right after this.